I was telling the story up in Juneau, Alaska, in an assisted living home, and we had a late afternoon talk, potluck supper, social hour, and I told that story, and the woman came up to me later in the evening, whose mother was there, and said, "You really helped me solve a problem I've had with my mother." So I asked her to explain it to me, and she said that her mother moved in a few weeks before, very forgetful, and she usually came in the evening after work and talked to her, and when it was time to go, she'd say, "Okay, Mom, I'm going now, good night." And whenever she said good night, her mother would get concerned, and she'd say, "Where are you going to sleep?" And her daughter would say, "Well, I'm going to sleep in my own bed. I'm going home, of course." And her mother would get all teary and cry and miss her home, miss her husband, want to leave. And it was a big production. And she was getting to the point where she was going to cut her visits down because she just couldn't deal with this every night. So she heard this and she said, "Okay, I'm stuck on the fact of the words, 'Where are you going to sleep?' So is there something deeper? Is there some symbolic thing being expressed?" And what she decided, and once again, I can't necessarily solve the challenges you have because I don't know the elders you care for. But if I can give you a framework, and then you sit down with the people who know those elders, you will find those solutions. And that's what she did. She said, what she's trying to tell me is she's still my mother. She's asking about my safety, my happiness, my well-being. And so that night, after the talk, she took her mother back, said good night. Her mother said, "Where are you going to sleep?" And she said, "Mom, I've got the best place to sleep tonight. I got a great book, and I'm going to make a cup of tea and curl up on the bed and have a wonderful night." And her mother smiled, said good night, and she walked out the door. So once again, learning how the person experiences the world and not forcing them to experience it the way we do can really get you past some of those barriers.